Hey guys, welcome to the first tutorial of 2021, which is this pastel unicorn cake. Yes, the unicorn trend has still not died off yet. I've got a 6-inch cake, ganached, covered in white sugar paste and glued to a cake drum slightly towards the back. I have individual tutorials for each of the steps, which are always linked in the description box, along with all the materials I'm using. To create my pastel colours, I'm taking white sugar paste and mixing it with small amounts of stronger colours, such as turning the yellow into lemon, creating a paler shade of pink, purple into lilac, and so on. I usually mix paste with paste instead of gels because I always have coloured paste to hand and it doesn't add extra stickiness. Once you have your pastel colours of choice, working quickly, roll rough balls of paste and stick them together. The longer this takes you, your paste will start to dry out and not stick together as easily. Just quickly roll lots of balls in various colours, sticking them together in a sausage, and then roll a little to merge them. Put plenty of icing sugar down and start rolling your sausage into a U shape. We are aiming to create a large flat U which is big enough to cover the board. If you want to see this method more in depth, the toilet seat method, which is what I've called it, is always linked in the description box. This inner edge will sit up against the cake, so we're cutting it clean with a scalpel. Slide the cut edge up against the cake for a neat finish. I would like a bit more of that blue and orange to feature on the front, so I'm simply cutting more off the inside and sliding it back up to get the colours I want. Now you can add a little water underneath to stick it if you like. It's easier to add the water at this stage once you're happy with your pattern. Smooth it down and trim off the excess with a scalpel. Unicorn horns can be a little hard to get right. My foolproof method is to roll 2 tapered sausages the same size and then dampen a kebab stick with water. Line up your 2 sausages together and start wrapping them around your kebab stick. If there are any gaps, just twist the horn to tighten the spirals. Slide the horn up until the stick disappears just inside and tease the top into a point. Once you're happy with the shape, trim the bottom flat with a knife. This creates a much nicer shaped horn than some of the dodgy ones I've come across on Google. Place this on a foam mat and put it to one side whilst we work on the ears. This is just white paste, left a little chunky, and I've cut out a little curved triangle shape by hand. You can always use a template if you don't feel comfortable eyeballing it. I've got my ears a little taller than usual as most will be hidden by the flowers. I'm just using my first ear as a template to cut the second one, with plenty of icing sugar in between. Dampen the bottom of the horn and slide it down into the centre of the cake. Then dampen the bottom of the ears and place them on either side slightly curved to help them stand up. For the eyes, roll a small ball into a sausage and then rub each end of that sausage into a point. Slightly curl the edges down and one of them back up into a little eyelash flick. You want to create 2 of these the same size with a flick at the opposite ends. Stick these onto the front of the cake with water about 1/3 of the way down. I'm creating a gold paint with Fay's Regency Gold Luster and some lemon extract. The horn is quite satisfying to paint. If you have the right consistency, it will only need 1 coat, but there's no harm in a second coat once it's dry if needed. I'm also painting inside the ears. The paint was a little runny on the left side and it's pooled underneath the ear. Don't worry too much about any bits of gold here, as all the front will be covered in flowers. Also paint the eyes. The roses can be made in many ways. I'm aiming for a fun, cartoony style. This can be done by rolling a sausage of paste flat, folding it in half and then spiralling it up and adding creases here and there for a whimsical ribbon rose. You can also get a similar effect but just rolling half of the sausage flat and leaving the other half chunky. Here you see the different effects side by side. You can also make them in the traditional way, adding one petal at a time. Once you have decided on a style, go ahead and make lots of them in various sizes and colours. Start at the back, filling around the horn and the ears, and then work forward, dropping down just above the eyes. I'm adding the name and age to the board using tappets, which I know some of you can find frustrating. However, I have a full foolproof method to get it to work every time, which I'll leave linked below. For that extra magical unicorn sparkle, we are adding Sugar Flare Powder Puff Glitter in white. This stuff changes your kitchen into a disco, so maybe have a few wipes on hand. And here it is, a cute pastel unicorn cake, which is still going strong, and no dodgy looking horns. Even though the glitter can be seen on camera, it is much more sparklier in real life, and just makes it that extra bit more special. I hope you enjoyed the first video of 2021, and if you're not yet a vlog watcher, my first one this year goes up on Thursday if you want to give it a go and see what I get up to between the cakes. Thanks guys, see you soon.